I'm Tanya Melendez, the Black Psychic Librarian, and it's Black History Month. And so I wanted to share with you profound and poignant stories about other Black women psychics throughout time, because our lineage is long as our legacy. And as a Black Psychic Librarian, as a Black psychic, I wanted to share the stories of women who've not only inspired me, but now are my spirit guides. So I'll be sharing stories, not only my own personal stories as a Black psychic, but also stories of Tituba and Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, and of course, Madame Marie Laveau, Pamela Coleman Smith, and Miss Cleo. Come on this sacred journey with me as I talk about and share insights and inspirations about these amazing women who have paved the way for many of the spiritual practices, the spiritual work, and the spiritual entrepreneurship that many of us are in right now. We may not recognize our long legacy and lineage, and so I wanted to share a quote from this amazing book, Sex Workers, Psychics, and the Numbers Runners, Black Women in New York's Underground Economy by Lashawn Harris. Miss Harris writes, as laborers, mothers, and healers, bondwomen grew herbs, made medicines, and cared for the sick, and prepared for the dead. They drew their authority from a collective understanding of health and healing integral to African American culture under slavery. In my southern home, or South and its people, Black abolitionist William Wells Brown observed that nearly every large plantation had at least one who laid claim to be a fortune teller and who was granted with more than common respect by her fellow slaves. While residing on a Georgia rice plantation during the 1830s, British actress Frances Kimball observed the powerful influence of an enslaved prophetess named Cinda had over the slave community. Kimball recalled when Cinda prophesied that the world would come to an end in a certain time, the belief in her assertion took such possession of people on the estate that the enslaved, refused to work, and the rice and cotton fields were threatened with indefinite fallow. For many enslaved African Americans, the supernatural world was integral to the creation of resistance strategies against the system of slavery and allowed many to construct a psychological defense against total dependence on submission to their masters. She goes on to say, like their ancestors of the past, some early 20th century Blacks viewed supernatural consultants as intermediaries between the spirit world and God and human beings. They believed that hoodoo and conjure practices and other supernatural rituals and paraphernalia were potentially beneficial to their daily lives. Through supernaturalism, believers hoped to ward off evil spirits, secure employment, earn better wages, pick winning lottery numbers, get revenge on an employer, a spouse, an enemy, prevent and navigate race, gender, and class discrimination. So yes, beloveds, we have a very long history of using the supernatural, what is now called woo, in our life, in our money, and in our everything. It's time for us to come back, Sankofa, with our spiritual practices in every single thing that we do. Come on this sacred journey with me as I share with you these inspiring and intuitive and informative stories of our AnSistars. They are stars in my heart, above us and below us. Ashe.